on offense and making taking advantage of when the defense giving us turnovers in good field position. We're just feeding off of each other, and we felt it early. I don't know if it was Conor McGregor or whatever it was, but we came out and attacked, and it was a great win.
Shannon, how surprised were you by the Cowboys' performance?
I'm shocked, and the Jags should have brought out Khabib. That way, they had got them a knockout.
That would have helped.
Yeah, you brag on it. But did you see Conor throw that pass, Skip?
That was pretty.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to teach him how to grip the football.
Yeah,
maybe?
you use the term shaky. I thought of another, started with SH, but we're going to talk about that another time.
Not for television. Okay.
Skip, the Cowboys did what they're really, really, really good at. As a matter of fact, they're great at it. They run the football. Look at the Cowboys. They're 3-3. When they're 50% or better, run the pass, woo! 3-0, Skip Bayless. When they drop back more than they run it, Skip, guess what their record is, Skip? Tell the people at home. Because I know you got it over you.
I don't know. What's your research?
Yeah, my research told me they're 0-3. So if you want to win, Cowboys, if you want to set yourself up for success, you need to run the football more than you throw it. Give Scott Linehan some credit. He watched the tape of what the Kansas City Chiefs did to the previous week to the Jags, and it was a lot of misdirection. They handed jet sweep off to Tyreek Hill one time. They play fake off it the next time. You see what the Cowboys did? Tavon Austin coming around the jet sweep. They hand it to him. They fake it to him. They hand the ball to Zeke. They did a lot of things. They even did what you asked them to do. They got Dak involved in the zone reads. Dak got a touchdown run, got another big run, and even he picked up some major yards off scrambles.
He did.
So give them some credit. But what the Jacksonville Jaguars? Yeah, I'll say Jaguar. I ain't gonna call them the Jaguars. If Blake Bortles is the answer to any football question, you should ask a different question. He's terrible, Skip Bayless, and you know it. In the first half, four of the six drives were 3 and out. Okay, when you go 3 and out, you put your defense right back on the field. Okay, they just gave up a touchdown. You go 3 and out. Boom, guess what? No, they gave up a field goal, I think, first. Then they gave up a touchdown. But then you go 3 and out again. Now it's 17-0. I don't care how great a defense is, and this defense isn't great, not compared to what they were last year. Skip, last year they were, second in takeaways. This year they're 28. Last year they were second in sacks. This year they're 18th. Last year they're number 5 in turnover differential. This year they're -9. They're dead last. They're dead last. Now, Jalen Ramsey doing all that bumping them gums, Skip. You remember that GQ article? And everybody, he crushed every quarterback. The only quarterback that he named in that article that's not better than his quarterback right now is Eli. See, while you calling all those guys trash, you forget about that garbage pail you got up on the center for your team. Blake Bortles is awful. And then, you know what? Don't worry about it, Skip. Doug Marrone, your day coming now. You stick with him all you want to. But your day coming. Blake Bortles is that guy. He plays just well enough, Jenny, to get the coach fired and himself cut. That's what's going to happen. Watch what I tell you, Skip Bayless. But I want to give the Cowboys their credit. I want to give Scott Linehan his due. Skip Bayless said he wanted him to be more exotic. He wanted to see a bigger range of plays and play calling. He wanted Dak. He did everything you asked him to do. But he also did something what I wanted him to do. And that's whole fault.
Oh, really? That was later.
No. See, why you do that? Now, see, I'm trying to give you credit. I say, Skip, he did what you asked him to do. He got exotic in his play calling. They read the ball. I'm giving you credit. And then now you want to poo-poo out.
Undercut the credit.
How?
You told him to hand the ball to Zeke? Well, that's deep.
Yeah. If you want to win, you better put Zeke in. Let Zeke eat. Skip Bayless, you know the real deal. But the Cowboys defense, they're as good as advertised.
So, Shannon Sharp.
What you want?
I tried to save you from yourself on Friday. Not once or twice, but 3 times.
You did.
I cross-examined. I said, wait a second. You predicted 24-13 Jacksonville over Dallas. You're saying Blake Bortles is going to score 24 against my defense? My defense has now risen to number 2 in the league in points allowed. Is that good?
That's
number
great.
2?
That's great.
That's pretty great. And I kept saying, Blake Bortles is going to score 24 on that defense, and you wouldn't back off.
It was the gummies.
Because your pride got you. Your pride got
The
you.
gummies. I had too
Can't
many of
blame
them.
it on the gummies.
One too many, Skip.
So now you can't blame Blake Bortles for your prediction because you thought he could score 24. That's what you told me.
You know what? I got blinded, Skip.
Okay.
I went back and I looked at the game against New England, and I said, oh, yeah, Blake going to do it. Blake ain't going to do jack.
So, was I surprised about yesterday? Well, I was surprised about 40-7.
Exactly.
I guess I was surprised about 24-0 at halftime. But was I surprised that I saw an offensive explosion? I was not, because my coordinator, Scott Linehan, finally pulled his head out. That's what happened. For the first time this year, he did do what I've been pounding this table for him to do. He unleashed his quarterback by running his quarterback. How about some read options? He scored on the first read option, right?
Yep.
How about some bootlegs? How about some rollouts? How about throwing the football on the run? How about letting Dak be the antidote to defenses that pack in to stop Zeke Elliott? How about keeping people off balance with number 4 as opposed to just number 21 straight up the gut, straight up the gut, straight up the gut? Because after a while, that's pretty easy to stop. But the quarterback running is not easy to stop,
right,
even for Jacksonville's defense. So what happened yesterday? Dak Prescott had a career-high 11 runs and a career-high 82 yards rushing. Career-high. And yesterday, Dak Prescott had a QBR of 95, which led the day in the National Football League against what was, going into this game, the number 1 ranked defense in yards allowed in the National Football League. That's pretty good if you can slice and dice, pick to pieces that defense, and he did it in the first half. And what I loved about the first half was it was shades of 2016. We had vintage drive after Dak attack drive, just like I used to rant and rave about in 2016, because he goes 16 plays for 78 yards and a touchdown, 9 plays for 84 yards, touchdown, 9 plays, 51 yards, touchdown, and 7 plays for 48 yards and a field goal. And that adds up to 24-0 at halftime, and they ran 40 plays in the first half to 19 for Jacksonville. That's just complete domination. And that's because the quarterback kept making little play after little play after big play after big play. He made them with his legs, and he made them throwing the football to, welcome back, Cole Beasley. How about Measly Beasley? He had a pretty good game, didn't he?
You're not going to talk about Blake Bortles? You're going to talk about that dumpster?
We already talked about Blake Bortles. I'm talking about my offense. And by the way, I know Michael Gallup didn't do a whole lot in the stat sheet, but he had a couple of flashes. He looked a little bit like Dez Gallup to me. I'm seeing a little Dez potential.
You want Dez back, I know.
I think Michael Gallup's pretty good. And by the way, my man Rico Gathers, did you see that? He rise and shine, Rico, and he caught a big pass from 14 yards.
Yeah, Bayless, the game was already out of hand.
I don't think the game was out of hand when he caught his ball.
You know what? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not ashamed of myself, because that was rocket launched yesterday. That's exactly what that offense needed, because the pieces are all there if you just utilize the pieces. And they all fell together. And I'm not going to get up and do the Connor arm swing, the strut, but they were all doing it after everything. And you know what? I loved it, because that's like team unity. I hope they keep doing it at Washington. I hope they do it against the Eagles. I hope they keep doing it against
I guarantee you they won't be doing it against the Eagles.
Right, well,
we're going to got some do on that one. And you're going to make me take check down Alex.
I think I'm going to back you into that corner. By the way, that opened at Washington 2.5-point favor and got quickly bet down to 2. Probably bet down to Pickett before it's over. And that brings me to my Cowboy defense. Listen, Jalen Smith is become a terror. He's just a terror. He's everywhere.
He's knocking heads.
He can fly, and he can hit, and he can blitz, and he can disrupt. And Byron Jones, very quietly, just might be playing the best cornerback in football.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
What an athlete he is. And again, they tried him at safety, and they moved him back to corner, and I think he's a corner.
Yeah.
Big, strong corner.
The thing is with safety, you got to think too much, Skip. There's too much space. You got too much space to cover.
I agree. And I got to give a quick shout-out to the tackling Dutchman, as you call him. He's actually the covering Dutchman.
You like
Van Der Esch. I didn't like him when they drafted him, but he is long and lanky, and he can fly, man. He can run.
And it's the end of the Sean Lee era.
I don't know.
Jalen Smith.
I think Sean Lee might be eligible to come back next week, or healthy.
Well, I tell you what, he won't be coming back to a starting job. But anyway, Skip, the thing that when you look at a defensive player, especially a linebacker, you want to know, is he sudden? Watch Jalen Smith. He's sudden.
Well, he's Notre Dame Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
They took a chance on him in the second round, and he had a career-threatening knee, just destruction. It was awful.
They gave him a year.
They did.
He rehabbed for a full year. He wasn't himself last year, so basically it's taken him 3 years, 2.5 years to get to here. If they got something special. This dude come downhill, and he's thumping people. Boy, he's a head buster.
He is.
And when he coming with bad intention. Running back, I'm telling you, when you got to pick him up, you better step up. He's not swimming you. He's putting his helmet in your chest, and he's driving you to the quarterback.
And now I have potentially the best pass rush in all of football, and certainly the deepest one, because David Irving showed up yesterday for the first time. Malik Collins came off injury, and all of a sudden, if you can add him to DeMarcus Lawrence Taylor and
Gregory,
you got Taco, and there's a lot of bodies.
Taco made one play, but he ain't throwing no taco.
But you just watch when they crank up, they're going to be all over check down. They're going to be on it.
Oh, but you love him. Remember now, he needs to win this game because York, the guy that you said was terrible, didn't beat the Cowboys. So he needs to win this game. Yeah, he needs to win this guy. I don't see it happening, but hey.
That is 4-0 against Washington, his brief career so far.
Like I said, Blake Bortles was awful. Blake Bortles has been awful. Because think about it, Skip. He scored how many points yesterday? 7. He scored 6 points against the
I predicted he would score 10. I was giving him a little break, and he scored 7. So that's what I thought of Blake Bortles.
So now we know. Now we know he ain't fooling me. I tell you what he won't do. He won't fool O'Shea Sharp again.
That was it?
Yeah, he
gave
got
him
me.
that one?
With Jay Ramsey.
What I loved about Jalen Ramsey at the end of the game in the locker room, he got rendered virtually speechless. The mouth of the AFC South, what'd you call bumping his gums?
Yeah.
He wasn't bumping any guns after the game. I don't know. Can we see a little bit of this?
Well, what do you say, Skip?
Oh, you got to see this. Oh, we don't have it. I'm sorry. But he was just one-word answers. Just.
Whoa, no. Today, how we do business.
No.
When we talk, we talk.
He turned into Bill Belichick after the game.
No, that is what we do. No. That's not how we do business.
Yes. No.
When we talk, when we talk before the game, when we talk during the game, we talk after the game. Win, lose, or draw, we got to be who we are.
He was rendered speechless.
Oh, yeah, but see, everybody trash. Oh, he trash. Oh, he trash. Bruh. How can I talk about somebody's house when I'm living in the cardboard box? How you gonna call everybody quarterback trash except Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and then you look what you got at quarterback? You would gladly take Matt Ryan right now. You would gladly take Matthew Stafford right now.
So, Mr. Sharp.
Yes.
Did my quarterback, Dak Prescott, look like a bust to you yesterday? I'm just asking.
No one said he was a bust.
I just want to know. He got an F for last year. You always get right to the edge of bust. Like Skip.
Skip.
He had a 95 QBR yesterday. Led the day.
I probably shouldn't tell this, but I flunked the class in college. I took the class over, and I got an A. That doesn't diminish what the F I got in the class, does it, Jenny?
No.
So,
okay, then.
You gave Dak an A for yesterday. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm going to give him an A.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
But I gave Zeke an A+.
Oh, A+.
Scott Leonard had an A++.
Zeke got barely 100 yards.
What you mean barely?
He had some garbage yards in the fourth.
You know what, Skip?
He did. He had some garbage yards.
You see what you did, Skip? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I don't know.
Now he got garbage yards.
He's gloating over here.
My team has launched.
Oh, boy. They have launched. Well, I'm going to take you, Skip, from here to maybe here because I know Baker Mayfield. He's another one of your guys. And
I'm ready.
he was keeping you happy.